What's up, guys? So it turns out I got a little extra time in today. I even got a little nap in today. I probably, sincerely, should have mowed my grass. But gas tank's empty. And what happens when you wake up from a nap? You need to play some more guitar. I had a lot of fun watching the Poochies for a day or so. But it's nice to watch my guitar amp hum and sing. I took a lot of the pedals out as I realized that my other journey, the pedals I was playing through had an ugly sounding guitar wire, and I plan on throwing that away. You folks out there, if your rig sounds terrible, take the time to check chords. Wirelesses are usually very quiet, unlike that TikTok phone up in here. It's funny how a phone could be that loud. It'll pick that up over this guitar amp. But either way, I'm trying out, like I told you, I had a little desk lamp. Works pretty doggone good in here. Doing this on a budget. What's that called? I know an arpeggio is like half of that. So it's a scale. I know that much. It's a scale. This is funny, right? Call out the 40-year-old guitar player, and he don't know what it's called. You know why? I was too busy playing it for fun. Fun. You don't need to know nothing. You just need to know how to play it. By ear, the terms don't matter too much. What sucks about by ear is how do you terminology it to somebody else so they can tell somebody else. So that's where I'm going to have to learn. Just like I need to learn Spanish. Communication, man. How are you guys going to figure out what I'm showing if I don't know how to tell you what I'm showing? So, bear with me for the next 100,000 videos as I show you stuff that I don't know what to call it. But yeah, the arpeggio. A little sloppy, huh? About as fast as I can do it in this day and age, and just something to work on. Not a whole lot of songs where you're gonna play like some happy harmonic scale. I ain't gonna tell you about this guitar. If you remember from an earlier video, maybe you can tell me about this guitar. You might know because it's a pretty common guitar. What's predominantly important to me is its history with me. Could have been any guitar. Turned out to be this one. I'm not in drop D. I'm just picking on the A and the D. Once again, I'm only running half mass on this on the high gain side, about on 5. I got my guitar running pretty hard. There's nothing in front of it. Like I said, I took it out. It's noisy. There's no buzz. It's got to be from the dirty power from my Boss pedals. Because I've got my RP 1000 in front of it, or in between in the amp on the set effects end and back. But, you know, you're going to want some sort of drive in front of your amp, but it just goes to show how important it is to have something clean sending it. There's no telling where I got this power unit, and I might just have to dig up something else. I know I've got a Boss unit, but it looks like it got chewed up by 14, a pack of wolves or something. It's not pretty. And I've got wires to run numerous pedals, 3 to 7, and maybe that's part of the problem. I'll figure it out. Either way, I'm trying to downsize a little bit. It just kind of irks me that I did a bunch of noisy videos, but you can't go back, and there's no point in saying you're sorry, because I'm not sorry I made all those videos, not in the least. Why you can't help but like Marshall, man. I got the guitar on like 1. always got a great fan around somewhere. So you can get this so clean, just a hair a bite. Guys, so as of right now, there's no effects running in front of this amp. Now, the effects you are hearing are coming just out of my line 6. Just to remind you, and I hate to take you out of light, I'm going to show this over the period of many videos. The screen has quit working on this amp. It saddens me deeply. Now, I still have a very clean and very modern, capable sounding amp. I programmed it, and I'm almost positive that I could probably take my laptop down here and make a video of how I can adjust it to make it sound better, even without that screen. Because honestly, who wants a screen 3/4 by 2 inches to do all your programming? They tried to tell me that this thing wasn't, the new Fandango thing. I just didn't want to spend $1,600 on a Helix. And not to mention, that Helix is bigger than 2 RP1000s, almost as big as 2 HD500s, and both of those are, in my opinion, too big. My dream rig right now is to run like the new Pod, not even the Pod Go. I like the thought of those, pretty versatile and smaller. But I mean, they're coming up now with headphone amplifiers that do that. The Katana headphone amp thing, and even Pod's doing a headphone thing. I like the thought of this head. I can unplug it from speakers, and it does just what the Blackstar does. But with it having a down screen, I ain't gonna recommend anybody spend $500 on a head that some kid dreams on one day being able to afford. The cabinet's gonna, get him kicked out of his mom's house. Just don't do it. I'm a Line 6 user. I use it live at most every show. This head, it's a great idea. I would love to see them put some real up-to-date stuff. The speakers in it sounded great, but somehow I messed them up playing it too loud one night, 5 or 6. And the problem was I was trying to use it more as a in front of me guitar amp on the floor, pointing up from the floor at me, and it just didn't do it. It's kind of like the Blackstar, 20 to 40 watts through 4-inch speakers, 5-inch, an 8. It's just not gonna do right. It's gonna fubble. It's gonna flibble. It's gonna blah 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 blah. It's gonna. What is that? I mean, I hear guitar when the drums stop, but the drums kick in and there's nothing. So, the Blackstar is going to be what I recommend for at home. Katanas make, great amps too. And there's more, if you got to have tube, I would like to get the tube Engel. What's that? The iron ball. It's got delay built into it. I think it's got reverb too and a boost. But here's the thing. It's 20 watts. What are you going to keep up with? And it's $1,300. I wanted, when they came out, they had the Fireball 50 is what I played. I haven't yet seen one on Amazon or anywhere else. Doesn't exist. Now, there's 1,000 Fireball 100s and Powerballs. And I'm sure they're great amps. But I don't want to drag around a $2,000 head and a nice 3, 4, even a $400 cabinet. It's just, I mean, I drive a Camry. The only logical explanation is to downsize. I'm not getting any younger. But I still, for some dumb reason, think that I need a 210 or a 212, because that's what Black Star's got. It's a 100-watt 210. I imagine that's pretty light, because that little amp's light. But I'm not sure. Ain't nobody got $500 to throw around right now. There's lots of things that didn't get done from this year's, boost at February, and that's the last boost, man. My youngest is grown. Just gonna have to work my way out of this, and that's the saddest part about it, being 45. You've worked your way out. The next rung is right in front of me, but I feel like and is it worth it? And that's on every front that I've done. The videos, I really appreciate this. The exercise last year did me a lot of good, but I really enjoy this better. I would actually seriously dig walking and talking, but I don't know. Don't do it. Mow, mow, mow. It's hotter than blue blazes in here. Sweaty. I guess I'm wearing 2 shirts. It's basically what I took to dog watch in. You needed 2 shirts because I didn't bring a jacket. It rained and then it got cold, and it stays nice and comfortable here at my house. guys can see this lick before I call it night. It's Sunday. It's time to chill out. It's a pinky song now. Got your hand, you got your number 1 digit on your A, and you're gonna pick up. That's gonna be 7. That's gonna be 8 and 7. It's just like D sharp D. Just basically that's A C C A G A. Play that same riff wide open. Solo's played in F sharp. It's kind of a weird feel, man. Like Snake Sabo was doing that kind of everything jammed out in like an F sharp, you know. So you play in the F sharp power chord, but then you quit worried about those first 3 notes and you use your 3rd finger just to work the D, the G, and the B, and it makes like another power chord. But this is what's cool. Basically pulling up on the A notes, but you got the E ringing in the background, which is the one weird time, right? That the E ringing in the background works great. And you're pulling up, so you're emphasizing your A notes in your A chord, but you let that E ring. And then you turn your guitar back down. It's so cool how that goes together, man. It's kind of like the Ice Cream Man, you know? Stop me when I'm passing by. It's almost ice cream time, but it's time to call guitar time done for today. Believe it or not, I think I probably played about 5-6 hours, you know, in between dog watching and sitting and, you know, hanging out with the wife and cooking. It's been, I'll call it great, because, I mean, time off is good for the soul. I love to play. There's a lot of effort in moving all this stuff, and this ain't it. There's a whole nother crew of stuff. This is all the old stuff that you couldn't pay me to move anymore. You know, the light stuff is, you know, that speaker, I carry a couple of those. That's about as far as it goes. Those are the, you know, the bass player brings 3 monitors. They're lighter, but there's 3 of them. I carry the 2 mains. None of that stuff is high dollar, but we got it down to a science. I miss amps though, man. Come on. How did you feel when you walked into a place that was stacked up with stuff like this? Holy crap, that band's gonna kick some tail. I'm trying to be nice here. You know what I was thinking. It's Friday night, and you're at the log cabin in Nashville. Triple Vision's there. I remember that one night Triple Vision was playing at the log cabin. Of course, for some reason, every time we played in Nashville at the log cabin, it would rain. Well, we come up in there. There's already a crowd outside. We're like, holy crap. Every time we play there, it rains and there's a big crowd. This is going to be awesome. We get there and there's a band already set up. We're like, uh-oh, something's up. Well, Marky, the Horner, bass player, he goes, I think it was him, he went back and talked to the bar owner. Turned out that another band was booked. And that was the night that I met Mike Durhammer. Lord bless his soul, he's gone. He moved to Arizona and then he passed away. But that was the night we all decided to split that payout, and man, we hung out. When two good bands hang out like that, if they would overlook their egos and their paychecks, like a lot of bands did back in the day, because they didn't have kids and jobs, and the dream was so much easier because you were free. You didn't have so much stuff. Like back in the day, Metallica, James lost his amp. That was the end of his world. He wouldn't have cared if he lost his last T-shirt. But boy, you take his Marshall amp. That's it. I mean, that breaks the camel's back every time. And that's what I'm getting at. We need to try to fight the powers that be. And we're going to have to somehow make it work. When all the power's gone, you know, music's going to come out of a guitar that's not amplified. I'm believing in that. And people like me are going to have to really work. Acoustics are not my forte. But somebody's going to have to tell the stories of yore and teach it to somebody else so they can do it. And these videos might not even be around in 5 years. Some weird thing could happen. Internet just disappear. Guitar time could just be a thing of the past. But right now is right now. It's Taco Sunday, man. With that being said, I'm going to go help stir some hamburger meat. Guitar Time Out, Part 2 on a Sunday. Peace out, folks. Night.